seen what happened with our season. Guys in and out the lineup, injuries, just a lot of uncertainty, which built some doubt in my mind about the next 4 years of my career. I mean, I'm getting older, and I want to be in a place that's stable and trying to build a championship culture. So I had some doubts about that. And I had conversations with Steve and Joe, Claire, and Sean. And, you know, we came to a mutual agreement that we should keep moving forward. I got faith that moving forward that we all want the same things, especially after, you know, a summer of us, you know, basically having a standoff, you know. That's only going to make us better and make us more competitive and want to go out there and show what we can do.
Richard Jefferson back here with us. RJ, you've spent quite a lot of time in Brooklyn. What do you make of KD's comments?
I think this was honest, and I think there was some vulnerability there from Kevin Durant. I think the thing that I found, you know, most interesting is that they want to build championship culture because they have championship talent. They've had championship talent probably for the last 2-3 years, but they haven't had championship culture. What is championship culture? And he's been a part of it. Kyrie's been a part of it. It's accountability, which we heard a ton about. It's making sure that everybody is locked in. Winning a championship is hard enough. It is the hardest thing that you can do in sports outside of making it to professional sports. But what you can do is you can have accountability down the line. When you have accountability down the line and top to bottom, that's head coach, that's owner, that's everybody. And what I like about this summer where Joe Tsai was like, okay, this is starting to get out of control. Let's recalibrate. He has established that this is what we're going to do. It's going to be me, it's going to be Steve Nash, it's going to be Sean Marks. We are going to be the individuals that run the team, and we're going to take advice as every great franchise should. One thing I think people need to remember is Kobe Bryant asked for a trade. He did. From the Lakers, there was all this talk. He was about to go to Chicago, and then he looked around and was like, well, wherever I go, they're going to fleece that team because I'm Kobe Bryant, and he's Kevin Durant. And he looked around and said, there is not a place that I will go that will have me on a better, more talented team than where I'm at right now, and they're not going to give me away for free. So I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to try and work this out. And don't forget, the Lakers, Kobe Bryant, they won 2 championships after that trade request, but they fixed the culture. They brought in Phil Jackson back. They got all the things that they needed to make sure that that team was high level, and I think the Brooklyn Nets, with Kevin Durant, with Kyrie, with the shooting, with Ben Simmons, they are one of the, 3 most talented teams in this league? Where are you going to go where you have that talent?
A couple of things. Number one, the only modification, alteration, or whatever that I would make to your argument was that Phoenix was real because it was before DeAndre Ayton had signed that offer sheet from Indiana. So the possibility that you would give up Ayton along with a couple of other assets to get Kevin Durant, at least in his eyes, was very real at that particular juncture. That didn't happen. Everything else right on point. Here's my thing. This is what I didn't like about what Kevin Durant had to say. Essentially, you were ready to cut and run. That's your team. Now, granted, we know that you listened to Kyrie Irving, and because of that, Kyrie Irving wanted a lot of things that you signed off on. But the fact of the matter is the Brooklyn Nets made it very, very clear before you ever arrived that this was going to be your franchise. You want us to take Kyrie, we'll take Kyrie. You want us to bring James Harden, we'll bring James Harden.
Want
us to bring DeAndre Jordan for $40 million, we give him the $40 million. You want Steve Nash as the coach, fine. They gave him, it's your team. Knowing that, for you to want to bounce out after you signed a 4-year deal with no out, which is a different subject for another day because Rich Kleiman was at that press conference yesterday. You got your business manager there that negotiated this damn contract. How the hell are you not negotiating out for arguably the best player in the world? It's beyond me, okay? Maybe agency is not the thing he should be doing. He should just focus on other ventures, like 35 ventures. I'm talking about Rich Kleiman because how the hell do you not have an out for that contract? But that's a story for another day. In the end, this is your spot. And so for you wanting to leave and you're talking about the doubts, look at the things that he said. People weren't being held accountable. Well, Kevin Durant, why the hell didn't you hold him accountable? It's your team. Now, I understand as a coach. I understand as a GM. I understand all of those things. But it's your team. And when it's your team, we got the playmaker over here that was winning Super Bowls in Dallas. How did he start winning Super Bowls? Jimmy Johnson came, took over the team, and said, who the hell need to go? And Michael Irvin was like, he need to go, he need to go. That guy need to go, that guy need to go. Excuse me, when you think about LeBron, LeBron has gotten a lot of credit and a lot of blame over the year. Why? Because it's his team. And you know that somebody going to ask him what he feels, and he's going to provide input, and that's going to have some muscle, some cachet attached to it. When you are a superstar, you think somebody's getting on Giannis's nerve and they're going to stay in Milwaukee? You really think that's going to happen?
Nope.
I mean, that ain't going to happen. And so my point is, when you're that dude, what de facto, literally, indirectly, whatever, is your spot. So for me, when he's talking about how he didn't like the way things were, well, you have enough cachet and influence to change it. That is what comes along with being a star in any industry, I might add. When you're that dude and you don't like the way things are, you got some influence to change it. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.